Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our winners match. The first player out of this group to join the round of 8 will be decided right here, right now. My name is Wolf. With me today is the very knowledgeable, the very handsome Moonglade.
You're too sweet, Wolf. I try my best to look like Jaqen Haka from Game of Thrones. Today it's getting closer to more Winter Soldier there. So that's how it is today. You know, I'm always trying to get these things happening in the makeup room. I need to get my armor on.
That you do, but you're getting close, Moonglade. Well, close. Taking a look at these two players, we have, of course, Dream, or excuse me, not Dream, TY and Classic coming into this matchup. And
oh man, I wish it was Dream. That would be a sick match.
Well, unfortunately, the guy played insanely predictably and got beaten by Myungshik, man. He's out of Star League.
That's such a surprise thing. That's such a shame. But you know, Myungshik, very intelligent player, loves to change things up and go for all in. Be very surprising. Here are these two players head to head.
So going into map number 1 here. These two getting ready. Hopefully we get you into this lobby. I'm looking at your screen.
I think I might have missed out. We'll soon find out. I told him to wait, but never mind.
Well, I hope that we don't have any more monitor problems if that's the case, because I already missed the map picks and bans.
Oh, never mind. They're going to remake. It's okay.
Okay. Oh, that was scary.
All good in the
I don't even know what map it is, to be totally honest with you, Moonglade, because the maps were not shown to me because my monitor was broken.
It's okay. These two players, well, I think certainly in favor of Classic right now. He's shown time and time again how good he is against Terran as well. TY got a lot to prove right here, right now. I don't think his Terran versus Protoss used to be what everyone was looking at. Everyone was surprised by. He had a lot of aggressive sort of styles, mostly last year.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, he's known for using siege tank pushes, you know, even like Habitation Station and things like that. He's very innovative Protoss and was the most winning Terran versus Protoss last year in a time of Protoss dominance. But this is a different place we're in now. Classic has kind of changed the meta a little bit, and the Protoss meta is definitely much better at defending that early aggression, defending the Widow Mine drops, the Hellion run-bys, the Marine drops. That sort of meta is kind of fading away. And we saw Dream try to use it and just got crushed by Myungshik. He had no chance there because it was so predictable.
Yeah, this TY actually lost in his last game of Pro League against Classic 2, so a little bit of recent history with these guys.
Yep, that was just on Tuesday. Let's go into game number 1. TY versus Classic.
Push it, push it, push it.
Up here in the top left in red, it's TY.
Got here off the back of defeating Trap 3-1 in the Challenger, and proceeded to defeat Stats and Rain in the Gamescom qualifiers, not making it all the way there. Still very impressive run against Protoss recently. Down here in the bottom right, we do have that Protoss player, the recent Star League Season 2 champion. It is Classic.
Yep, just defeated TY on Tuesday. TY trying to use his siege tank composition on the map, which was Iron Fortress, and he tried to siege up the natural with some tanks.
It was an ambitious move, not the best positions for it, and he really paid for it. This time around there,
Don't think we're going to see that.
I certainly don't think so, not in this kind of map. Coda is a bit more straightforward, not really any place to abuse siege tanks at all. I think we're going to see a much more traditional kind of Terran vs Protoss, maybe mine drops to open things up into that bio mid-game.
Yeah. Ooh, terrible, terrible damage. Proxy Moon again.
Terrible damage. I like it.
The Rainbow Terrans, TY on the sun.
I like that. Beautiful thing.
Rained on the 6th of August, but today it's Sunday. And it's referring to Rain's win last week. See if TY can live up to the victory here.
Love Protoss.
He wants to. He says, "Would it be okay if we actually changed Classic's emblem to that?"
I don't know. I kind of like that.
I'm not sure what the HK refers to,
This
but
one looks way better. As much, the second season looks... Oh, sorry, the third season looks much better than the second season.
the HK would refer to Hyungyung, the announcer that he's in love with.
Well,
that would be too perfect.
I guess.
Look at that first pin, super scratched, man. It's seen some stuff, man.
Yeah, I guess he's brought it overseas.
He
maybe.
like brings it everywhere. He's like, I am the coffee tasker of Protoss.
Yeah, I love coffee that much. Wow.
There was a sign earlier that said like, before you order the coffee, I'm gonna win from TY.
Here we go. Reaper Scout going to be opening up for TY. Do have that Mothership Core on the lookout for it, but going to be out of position for it. Maybe not expecting this build. Potential probe damage going down
he
here.
Actually denies his Nexus. That's huge.
Slows it down at least.
I'm going to send the second probe down, a healthier one. A super fast eBay.
So we can see a very quick +1, or just simply afraid of what could be a Stargate.
Yeah, I think we could see a little bit of both. Like, because he's going for this early, can he get a quick turret to help against the Stargate, and then because he'll have it, and some extra gas perhaps, depending on how he does this. Like, if he goes for Hellions here, definitely have the gas to make +1 pretty quick.
Oh, this Mothership actually going to do a lot of damage to the SCV, slowing down all the production, actually getting one as well.
Yeah.
These Marines have to wait for 2 more before he can actually do some real damage to that Mothership.
I think going for Oracles behind this is a great choice because he's already seen that there's a very small amount of Marines. He's going for aggression. He's weakened some of the Marines, which means the Oracle fallout becomes stronger. The CC is very late. You know, it's like a very fast factory opening, so I think that the Oracle fallout here can be quite strong. Already 4 probes up here. The Reaper is going to try to come in and scout this, which is pretty reasonable to do. I think he should be able to see it.
He should be able to see it. If he wants to really commit to it, go into that mineral line, he'll get that scout. He is going to commit to it. He sees it. Oracle.
Probes don't even attempt to deny. Just an easy scout here. He's going to lose the Reaper for it, but it's fine. It's much more important to know that this is coming.
Straight into a Stargate. And Widowmine's on the way. They should be in position to start to deal with it. And he does have that option of turrets at any time.
All right. First Phoenix on the way.
Phoenix, I like it.
It's going to be, because it was scouted, I suppose, a better choice to do this. He also knows that the aggression is coming by air, so he's going to be able to shut down that first few drop attempts with 2 Phoenixes by the time the medevac gets there. The starport's not even done yet.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of like a mind game on a mind game. It's like, okay, he scouted my Oracle, so he's not going to be aggressive as early as he wanted to because he wants to use those Widow Mines for defense. And now, when he finally wants to be aggressive, he's going to be running into Phoenix. But, you know, Classic is no stranger to Phoenix either, so TY certainly has this in the back of his head as well.
I feel like, you know, just watching the series between Dream and Youngshake, I feel like if someone scouts this or predicts that you're going for this type of opening and they go Stargate, you know, the Phoenix potential is strong as well as Oracles are still pretty good, but because he was scout, he goes Phoenix. I think it's insanely difficult for the Terran to follow up with anything. Now, taking this third base is pretty smart, but let's talk about the things that TY is missing. He's missing a strong ground army. You know, he has no stim. He has no Marauders. He has no combat shields on the way. So this third base is going to be an economic, you know, move forward. It's going to be putting him into a better economy, much better than Classic, especially with triple mules. However, what he loses from it is all sorts of pressure. So as soon as Classic identifies this, he can do so much. He can like take the third base and add 2 Forges. Like, he's got so much potential, especially because his Phoenix is out. He doesn't need Colossi super early. He's going to go for it first because he doesn't know. But had he known, man, he could do so much. There's a big risk here.
Well, at the same time, like, the Terran, it's true that the Terran can't really move out and apply pressure. He's going to put in this awkward situation, but it's very smart for TY to sit back for a little while, take that third base, and kind of posture up a little bit, because if you get caught out against Phoenix, you're going to lose everything. Like, you've got to have an army that's going to be strong enough to actually fight what could be coming his way and what the Phoenix could do to you. So I do like the fact that he's kind of slowing it down. He's like, okay, I got to be so careful right now.
Sure.
I'm going to poke a little bit, try and figure out exactly what Classic might be doing, but behind this, take that third as quick as possible, get my production up and running.
Yeah, I know. I completely agree with you. It's just my feeling is like it's still a bit of a risky option to take the third. It's his best option, I feel, in this case. But, you know, this aggressive type opening, like these Widowmine, Hellion sort of openings, I feel are just so weak right now in the current state of StarCraft 2 in this matchup. And it's just, he's not finding much. The third base is really nice that he has that, and actually Classic's still not going to see it. I think you can reasonably predict at this point. Ooh,
big hit there. Big hit actually on that mine. It really damaged everything.
Yeah.
Everything's on kind of on half HP right now.
He's got to hightail it out there until shields are back with a Viking there as well.
You do see the nearly 5 racks up and running for TY as well. And plus that base so early. Only now is Classic going to see this and be like, oh, okay, you decided to be greedy behind this. Probably the best choice, in my opinion, that we've seen many Terrans take.
Oh, man, what is going on?
Free Stalker. I like it.
Zadin Cannons finally starts that third Nexus upon seeing this, but it's going to be very late.
Second Starport on the way as well. So this makes a lot of sense when you're up against Phoenix like this. Second thing that's going to be coming out for the Protoss is going to be those Colossus. So Vikings are always going to be accounted for everything in the air, but you need so many more when Phoenix are in play because they will tie up the Vikings. They will do damage to the Vikings. And you want to have enough Vikings to actually one-shot these Colossus before you try and deal with them.
All right, extra gates, Twilight Council. Going to go into +2 armor quickly, it looks like. That's a little weird thing back there behind that Marine. Not sure what that is, but he's checking to make sure nothing's hidden. And also that there's no warp prism or anything like that coming across the map. He's really checking a lot. Perhaps even scared of like a proxy pylon for Zealot run-bys. I guess that's probably the most likely thing he's looking for right now. But
yeah,
I feel like TY is massively ahead. I think he could gear up to actually hit a timing attack with 1-1 and an SCV pull.
I think we might just be seeing that. It's still one engineering bay, new armory on the way. Just a lot of Vikings, a lot of bio, and with that early third base, it's going to give him that little bit of edge in terms of supply in army. He's actually gearing up for a great attack here if he wants to go for it. I think we will see that.
Triple Viking production so strong as well. Oh, the Templar Archive is on the way. That's going to be important, of course, for those Archons and those Storms that are going to basically be the answer for a push like this. But if he only has, say, 1 Archon when this hits, it's going to be a problem. He also is not going to have Storm.
Oh, I do like the Immortal, actually, investment. We have been seeing this more often, the Protoss going to Immortals after some Colossus. And it does make a lot of sense because if the Colossus are going to get hard counted by an incredible amount of Vikings, you still have that pretty serious damage on the ground. It's not AoE damage, but it can chunk down those Marauders very quickly.
Yeah, it also gives you a little bit, it frees up a lot of gas to help your transition into Templar.
Yeah, look at this huge army from TY. Look at the supply difference right now. Very impressive. I really feel like we're watching Flash a lot of the time when we get to see TY in these sort of mechanical games. I feel like he's really inspired a lot by his bigger brother in the team house.
Yeah. He still finds more success than him in a lot of ways. It's like he takes that Flash's idea and executes it better. Here we go. Big attack here. And Classic will get back into position, but these Vikings are in such good places to wipe these Colossi off the map.
He's actually dealing with all the Colossi right now, and he could probably turn around and deal with the Phoenix behind this, taking the perfect engagement right now. Classic in a huge amount of trouble.
Yeah, third base is under attack as well, so even if he cleans this up, which he will eventually do here, he sustained way too much damage. And the third Nexus, did he save it?
He saved it, but more and more units are coming down right now. It's up and running, but it's at half health.
Yeah, all shields gone.
Look, more and more Marauders coming in here. That's a pretty scary army that he's going to be running into.
So many Zealots up there with charge. Well, again, finding a good angle with these Colossi, or rather with the Vikings versus the Colossi.
Needs more Medivacs with this, actually. He's making 3 at a time right now. Storm about to finish up, though. This could be where Classic stabilizes.
That's absolutely possible. A bit of a give and take here in this game so far. Vikings, most of them at full health. He's got a few turrets to even support this. Probably most likely for those Phoenixes that were out earlier, which have been kind of since destroyed, but no Observer's able to get anywhere near this army either with those turrets here. And he's just always trying to find these Colossi on the ramp. This one is so low in health. So.
Storms going down. See it at the corner there. Second Storm actually hitting the mark. All those Marines on around 10 HP.
I think it's time to kind of back off a little bit here, not commit so much to this aggression.
If he can split the army up enough, if he identifies where some of the army in the main base is, he can drop back into that main. And just scan it and sees, okay, this is where they are right now. But he does need ghosts. He needs Marines or Marauders. He needs like such a bigger army to fight the Storm and kite these Zealots because there are 2 armored Zealots and there's a lot of them with charge.
I think it's just too tough to actually continue to fight in that little wedge between the bases. I think pressuring with drops and threatening is a better way to go around this, like you were saying.
Oh, no, but there's an Observer right there watching everything.
the turret was just out of vision range of it, so
It's going to fly into it now, actually, funnily enough.
yeah.
Down goes the observer. You guys missed it. I saw it there.
Saw that blip disappear on the mini-map. Another observer over here. Spotting for this army.
I mean, he's
So
gonna
important.
try the other way, but there's still everything waiting at that third base. There's storms available and a ton of zealots.
No. Blink. A third of the way done here. Long way away, though. And this Widowmine here going to get a decent shot on these zealots.
Oh, big hits, actually. A lot of those zealots really low now. Double hits on them.
But he's got so many more warping in. This army is going to be able to kite forever, so Classic also doesn't want to overextend. And if he doesn't eliminate these Widowmines, they could get 2 more great shots. I mean, they're in good position to deal with a pure Zealot army, which is exactly what he's defending this base with.
Yeah, there's no detection here, and looks like there's none planned to go that way either. So TY in a good place there. Both of them maxing out at this point there. And those mines are about to reset.
Yep, the first one going to reset. Boom, look at all the damage. Good split on the second hit, but the first wave of Zealots got totally wiped, and he's just continuing to rally across the map.
Wow,
This
look at
Terran
that.
army is so strong.
Huge army, like a huge swell of units coming across the map for TY. Looks like he was banking up a lot of them back at home, maybe in case of counterattacks.
He needs, like, an Arc. If he just had 1 or 2 Archons with the Zealots.
Oh, look at these Widowmines. So many Widowmines. It's so intelligent from TY as well. It's going to zone out the natural base army.
Blink isn't done yet, so he can't dodge with those, okay? We'll push this back. The Archon does take some serious Widowmine damage, but now he's in an awkward spot. Gets stormed, and those Vikings taking some serious hits. This frees up into Colossus transition, and now this Bioforce gets pushed back by Zealots. He's not microing it, so he's going to lose so much because this army is what he's focused on right now.
Gets rid of that Archon, but the army's chasing him down.
Blink's done now.
Yeah, left side of the army got also completely wiped out for TY, so he's really on the back foot now. And, well, he's going to try stabilize. He's got that 4th base coming up, but he needs to go into Ghost. He's got 4 on the way finally, but he needed that a while ago. Up against Storm like this, up against that many Zealots, you need to have something that's going to try and chunk them down quickly.
Yeah.
I'm loving that word today.
Yeah, you're calling the chunks, man, but it's a good word.
It's
a word usually used in MOBAs, but in this case can make sense as well. I mean,
Is it used in MOBAs?
Yeah.
Oh, no. What have I
Don't
done?
worry. Don't worry, I'm glad. You and I are about to start casting MOBAs on Saturday.
Might as well get used to it then.
All right, here comes this big blink on top of the CC, actually. And, you know, he actually might get that. It's pretty close.
It's going to be close. He really setting himself up some big EMPs if he's not careful.
Oh, my God, you're exactly right. And, you know, these Stalkers don't have attack upgrades, so that's part of the reason why it didn't go down.
Yeah, that's actually a big reason. Only +1 so far.
Yeah. He's going to have +3 armor in just a second, though.
Something else.
So, I mean, this army is tanky, but he needs more damage in it. He's relying on Storms for damage, and a lot of Zealots, to be totally honest. I mean, he's only just now finally starting to add a few more range units. He's got 12 Stalkers on the map now and 2 Archons.
I do like the investment into Widowmines, but maybe he needs a few more, and maybe he needs Drilling Claws right now, because that would help out so much in these positional fights.
Yeah, I mean, TY has really shown us today in both of his matches how much he loves Widowmines and how good he is at using them.
Yeah, it really is a big difference.
Look at this. I love this positioning of this one SCV on patrol to see any movements of any units coming across. He's got a ton of medevacs on the map, too. So I feel like adding more Marauders into the mix can make this army a lot stronger because the amount of healing that he can get, the amount of bonus. Because the Marines just die so quickly, the medevacs can't heal them, as you can see here. But he's got too much bio. We'll push these Zealots back. And we're going into the late game here. Ghosts are on the map. The CC is going to be placed over here. Or either, you know, built over there. The other CC is moving to the 4th.
Saw that drop in the bottom left. Try for that 3rd base off camera. But there's like 6 cannons waiting right now. So there's no chance of a 1 drop really doing much damage at all.
Always shutting down these Zealot run-bys. So these are even on move command trying to hope to get through. But actually we'll just wipe out some of the bio. Zealots do so much damage even without the attack upgrades that when they have +3 armor, they could just sit on top of those Mars even after they lost their shields. Well, as it is now, I mean, both players are maxed. The banks are really similar. It's going to be about, you know, where do we go from here? Which engagements do they take? The unit ratios, how many Ghosts, how many Marauders, how many High Templar? Does he switch to Colossi? You know, the switches of AoE damage and the answers to them are often what decides this late game.
It's compositional after this point. It's like, well, the first thing is positional with the armies they have right now. Who gets the Storms? Who gets the EMPs? How do they trade out here? And where do they fight? Do the Vikings actually get on top of the Colossus? All these things come into play right now. Upgrade's about to go 3-3 for TY as well, so he's sitting in a good place to fight. Just about where does he take it?
Exactly. Oh man, he's going to actually try to engage on top of this planetary. Not going to happen. That mothership core is so low.
That Colossus on 1 HP after that Viking volley.
10 kills on that Colossus too.
Wow.
All right, he's going for the main base this time. DT does get spotted and killed again by these patrolling units he's got around the map.
Oh, even scouts that. He might be looking to intercept the Warp Prism. That would be amazing. He just turns it around.
It's almost as if he's got that Warp Prism patrolling to be ready to feedback any medevacs that come in, because a lot of these medevacs are really high health. Okay, it looks like he sends it away instead.
That would be cute. I would like that. I do like Storm Drops as well, though. Not if they fly into Vikings, though. And look at this.
Goodbye.
Oh, does get it. That was 2 Templar in that.
Yeah.
Huge blow.
That's 300 gas.
I'm sure they had a lot of energy as well.
Yep. Plus the Warp Prism, that means no more harass. It's happening. Nukes.
It's getting to that point in the game. It's kind of stalemated to a point. Both sides are positioning, but not looking to commit.
This is actually what happens a lot with Classic, because he almost never commits to an attack. He just kind of waits till a Terran attacks into him enough times, then he just counterattacks and wins.
Yeah, it's kind of what made him so good against Mario as well. He's a very patient sort of Protoss player, and he absorbs everything that comes his way.
This planetary will need to be repaired against this many Zealots. He's sending that bio back. He's going to lose a sensor tower, which is somewhat expensive. At this point, gas not a huge issue for TY. Like, it's basically for his Ghost and his Marauders, so pulling a sensor tower is minor annoyance. A big group of Zealots dies for no damage. And I would say that this gives Classic a positional advantage because of this, because it forces those units back. But again, he's just turtling here.
He's just turtling, and look at that. We're going to see that Tempest transition.
Yeah.
Into that late game here.
Storms need to go down. Where are they?
Big storms.
Fairly even trade, all things considered. Like a few Marines for very expensive gas units.
Yeah, they were full energy Templars as well. Yeah. Both had the 2 storms each.
So, Tempest obviously going to be great for zoning. You can also target Ghosts down with them if you have vision. Can you check and see if he got personal cloaking? I think he did.
He does.
Yeah, okay.
He certainly does.
Okay.
I just see that upgrade go on.
So, with that upgrade that he's got.
Oh, look at that. Zoning out Nuke as he goes for that bottom left base.
A nuclear force field, man. Can't walk past that.
So many cannons here. You're going to deny the small bio army that's attempting to do this.
He should be able to get this base with these 2 nukes zoning.
Oh, I love this Observer with speed, by the way. That's such a sick upgrade at this point of the game.
He needs that. Okay, DT's actually helping to push this back with all those cannons and a good storm.
That storm.
Nice. He's just not able to get this base. Just barely not.
Looks like he's out of scans. He's going to use an EMP for it.
Oh, Classic's actually trying to be positional for once. He's going to come over here.
Oh, look at this. There's 4 Templar all put together. If he went for the EMP, if he actually saw all these Templar together, he would lose every single storm he had in that army.
Classic moved away, and this base does, in fact, go down. A few probes with it. Tries to go for it here. It looks like he doesn't get it. It's weird because the Ghost was on Ceasefire. And it's, for those of you guys who don't play Terran, you can actually put the Ghost on something that's called Ceasefire, which means it'll stand there cloaked and not attack anything. They turned it off, but didn't EMP, so that was kind of weird.
Yeah, look at this.
Decent EMP there.
Decent EMP. Not really finding the Templar there. This really wants to find. But even the Mothership would actually, a Mothership core would do so much, because removing that option of recall means he's got to be so much more careful.
The 2 storms here are killing a decent amount of SCDs. 10 go down, only a few left at that base. He just flies away.
And Colossus count right now, sitting at about 8. That is kind of ridiculous.
15 Ghost Neo Steel frames.
Neo Steel frames, man. Why not? Let's get into that point. Let's just go. Let's go late game. Let's upgrade everything we can for the maximum points at the end of the game.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
I think the Neo Steel frame is probably a misclick. You probably want to get building armor. Because Neo Steel frame gives you more bunker storage. And we're not seeing bunkers here. It's actually just going to engage this. Now that Ghost
Nuke.
He could have targeted it, but he messed it up, man. And this means this zoning does go off. Oh! Okay. But he could have easily targeted that, but I think he got a bit flustered there.
Trying to catch the remaining bit of army here.
He has 7 Tempest. He can one-shot a Ghost. Easy peasy from massive range.
Man, he's got 15 Ghosts right now. That is absolutely insane. He can blanket this army with EMPs and still have energy left over to snipe the remaining Templar.
It's like QXC, old school Wings Deliveries, like MVP, old school Wings Delivery, mass Ghost, late game. It's the way to do it. And the meta has changed finally to a point where you actually get to see TVPs like this again.
Oh, out of position is a lot of these units as well. If these ghosts go a little bit further forward, they could go for the EMPs as well.
Good zoning here by Classic. Yeah. EMP potential there, but just didn't get it. Look at all these cannons.
Gonna go for another nuke. Looks like he's going to try and cut off the army and go for it.
Yeah. Could actually drop 2 nukes, one on top of the army and the second one on top of those cannons, perhaps.
Oh, Ghost is really out of position there, unfortunately for him. It's going to be hard to try and sneak a Ghost in to do that with when you have observers with speed flying around the place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's talk about... We talked about this already earlier in the late game that we saw between TY and Rogue. It's just, when you get to this stage of the late game, the important things are positioning, like you said, composition, bank, and mining bases. And right now, I feel like these two are almost dead even in every respect.
Oh, just caught the tail end. Yeah, they are very even. It really just comes down to the army fighting, like where they're going to fight, how they're going to fight. These poor Marines are getting nuked.
It's like you're either going to die by Protoss or die by nuke, man. It's not a good situation either way, but moving these additional orbitals out of the way, and actually going to be able to take this base out. Because of all these cannons and storms, the position here for Classic defensively is much better. Like, if he loses these expensive ghosts, those are hard to replace. Yeah. That costs you Marauder build time. It's not a good thing.
Really on point. I love this nuke as well. It's going to buy him a little bit more time, but coming from the wrong way. 2 random Widow Mines hitting what they can. So he's just going to back out from here. Just stay away from his own nuke for sure.
That one ghost like so focused on the nuke that just doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Trying to eliminate some of these medevacs.
Really out of position was Classic's army, going for that top right base. Really gives up a lot of his economy. That was one of his only, that is his only mining base at this point. Yeah. Losing that one to the left side and now losing that one as well. He's actually pressed to fight at this point. So it's going to be up to TY to take a good fight here. He's all about the counterattack.
Yeah. This is going to be possibly the game-deciding fight. Here we go. Sending those Vikings forward here. A lot of Tempest damage already. 2 great sets of storms on both sides of the Vikings. Oh, and this is going to be a great fight for Classic.
Perfect fight for Classic. Blanketing those storms.
GG.
Wow. That ran horribly in an instant. Simply because he never found the EMPs on these Templars. Big mistake there. TY put himself in a great place economically. But army-wise, he had to be in position in a very... He had to be in a very advantageous position. Try and stay away from that army for as long as possible until he had that army advantage as well.
Just learned something about TY. This is a personal thing to say, but he eats those crunky chocolate balls, man. They're called crunky and they're chocolate balls. They're crunky chocolate balls, but anyway, they're one of my favorite snacks in Korea, so I'm glad to see there they are. There's a shot of them right there next to his mouth. It's one of my favorite snacks in Korea. Glad to see TY and I have that in common.
I don't think I've ever tried them before.
They're pretty good. They're just like a little crunchy, almost like a Nestle Crunch bar, but like in slight small ball form.
I feel like there's this aura of confidence about Classic this season. Like,
yeah, man.
Despite how much he's been impressed so far this round,